Hello everyone, welcome to my corner of the world. So I'm bringing you something a little bit different today, and that is we are going to do a cover for a junk journal. Now, I made a junk journal about a year, 18 months ago, and I just loved it. It was, I had the greatest time making it, and I decided that I would like to make more. And so I'm going to make my cover this evening. I'm going to be doing a series of videos, making little bits at a time and then joining them all together so that it's not a long and overwhelming video. And so the cover is this evening, and I'm going to make the cover out of a 12 by 12 piece of decorative paper. And I'm looking at my papers to see if there's a direction. So there's a direction on this one because the little animals are sitting there, and then this is non-directional. So this might be a good one to do. This one has a direction in this and a direction there. Well, so maybe I'll use this one. Let's use this one and see what we can get out of it. Or should I use this one? Nope. Made my decision. So I'm starting, as I say, with a 12 by 12 piece of paper. And I've got my scoreboard. And the first thing I'm going to do is making sure I've got it the right direction. I'm going to score a 1/2 inch on 3 sides. Like that. So that's 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to make my spine. So I want obviously that to be in the middle. So this is 12-inch piece of paper, so the middle would be 6. And I want my spine to be just 1/4 inch thick. So it's going to be a very small junk journal, not a lot of pages. So I'm going to just make it 1/4 inch. So I'm going to put a score line in at 5 7/8, and then 6 1/8, and that will give me a 1/4 inch spine. Then I want to make a pocket. So I'm going to have a pocket going here. And so I'm going to make life simple for myself. And I'm going to make the size of my pages, my signature. That's basically the term for a bunch of pages in your junk journal. And so if I make it like 8 inches, then I can have my cover say 8.5 inches, and that will give me like a 1/4 inch either end. So I'm going to turn this round like that, and I want it to be at 8, but I have also got a 1/2 inch here that I've got to take in for that fold at the very top. So that would be 8.5. And so if I make my pocket at 9, that will give me a 1/4 inch top and bottom for my pages, my signature. It's a whole new vocabulary for junk journals. I think it must come from the bookbinding industry. I need to look into that. So that's going to be my pocket, okay? And then I'm just going to put in my spine. Let's get my bone folder and make sure I got a good crisp fold. So that's one of my folds. And now we're going to put the other one in, just gently persuade it to go in the right place. Put that in there like that. And then my pocket will kind of fold like that, and then there's my cover. Brilliant. So I've got my other folds that I need to put in. So these are my half-inch folds. So this is just going to like neaten the edges of my paper and also give it a double thickness so that it is more robust. So let's do that, and then we've got one at the top if I haven't yet lost the plot. So we're going to do that like that, like that. So as I say, junk journaling is new to me, so I'm using this as a voyage of expedition and bringing you along with me. Right, so now I've got all these bits and pieces folded, I need to do a little bit of trimming. So I'm going to just take off this corner piece here, there. So I just where the score lines intersect, I've got that, and I'm going to do the same on the other side. And what that will do is that will give me a really nice, neat corner. Then we've got our pocket. So there's a, if I leave it like that, I suppose I could stick that down like this, but hey, it's a bit bulky. So we're going to cut. We're going to make individual pockets. So I'm going to take this, and I need to sort of cut here. So I'm going to take an inch from the right hand center line and an inch from the left hand center line. Okay, so I'll show you my marks. So there's one center line, there's the other. And so we've got this mark to the inch, an inch away, and this mark an inch away from there. And then we're going to take this down from that mark. I wish I had a pencil. A pencil would be so much easier. But I don't have a pencil. So, oh, I know, I could just use my scoring tool. All right, see if that will work. We'll see if that works. So I'm going to cut along that little score line. So I've got my inspiration from a video that I sort of tripped across the other day. You know how you are, and you just find that, oh, that looks interesting. And it was an idea by Treasure Books. And so I have taken that on board to see how easy that is to do. And as I say, this is the first time I've made one. So hopefully it comes out okay. So as you can see, I've basically cut away to the either side of the spine, and I want to reinforce that a little bit. So I'm just going to snip some of it off. So let's see how that looks. Maybe that wasn't quite as much as I should have. Anyway, right. I'm going to stick that down with a tiny little bit of tape. I just thought to myself, if I cut that off, that is going to be a vulnerable piece. So we're just going to stick that up like that. So now when I go to look, I've got a nice folded edge. And I've also got my 2 pockets like that. Right, so now what we've got to do is we've got to sort out this. So I think the strongest way is to lose this piece here. So I'm going to cut that down to the fold there. So that's my pocket fold, and I'm gonna, that will go stick over there, and that will make it a nice strong pocket. And I'm just going to take a tiny little wedge off of there like that, and then we're going to do the same this side. So you can just see, so there's my pocket and there's my fold. I'm just cutting this piece off here up to the pocket fold. Like that. Like that. Okay, so I was just wondering, because that's going to go like that, and that will go up like that, and that will go like that, and that will come over like this. But that's pocket is crinkling a tiny bit, so I'm going to take the tiniest little snodge off of there so that it lines flat. See, that's it. 2 or 3 human hairs, and I think that will sit and that will lie lovely and flat. So let's check that other side. I don't need to do it that way. I must have cut a little bit further away from the thing. Okay, I was just wondering whether or not to, no, I won't mess about until I'm a bit more experienced with it. Then I'll start making fancy edges. So we're going to use some double-sided tape, and I'm putting it on the half inch fold on the top and the 2 sides. So, and one of the things that treasure books recommended is that you use not only tape but liquid as well. So we're going to give that a go. Right. So let's just put a tiny little bead of liquid just on the edge of my pocket there. Hopefully I won't regret using liquid there. So let's, and I'll do the same here. So just the tiniest little bead, let me pick it up to show you, just the tiniest little bead of liquid adhesive. So I've got my pockets. So this should all go like this. This is looking good. I thought about making my signatures first, but then I thought, well, what if I make them too big and it doesn't work with a cover? So I figured that if I do my cover first, that will help me make sure I don't overrun on my page size. So that'll be the next thing, and I will do a kind of another video which is sort of exploratory. Again, I must admit I do enjoy starting a project like this, and if you like, doing it for the first time and sharing, because if I slip up on this it means I can share my sort of experience. But how long have I been going? About 15 minutes, and I think I'm nearly there. Obviously I shall have to put some holes in the spine, but until I've got my signatures or signature, my pages, I'm not going to do that. Okay, so there I got a sticky bone folder, but there I have my folder. Oh, ain't that cute? I'm really thrilled with that. All my edges match up. So that's going to be how thick I need my signature to be. It did strike me that maybe I may need to put perhaps a piece on here to bind it, but I'm going to do that once I've got my signatures in. So there we have a really cute little cover for my next junk journal, all ready for the next stage. Well, I do hope you've enjoyed working alongside me with this. I've certainly enjoyed sharing it with you, and I truly appreciate you choosing to spend some time with me. So look out for my next video on building up some pages. And if you've enjoyed it, perhaps you'll go ahead, give me a thumbs up, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you very much. Bye-bye for now.